morning. Good morning. Welcome back to a pre-market analysis live stream. Hope you all have a great weekend. Hey, Stack. Good morning. Let's give some time for people to connect here. Thank you. Thank you for the for the text, for the message about the weekend's live stream. All right, so let's jump right into the content. All right, so regarding the economic news, morning, Taurus. Good morning. Regarding the economic news, it's going to be a quiet week. We do have some reports this week, but I don't see them like very impactful towards the market, like CPI or some big event. So this week we do not have any. So today we just had a New York Empire State Manufacturing Index. Then we have bill auctions. Then tomorrow, Red Book. I don't think it'll impact too much. Industrial production. Yeah, the reports that are not very impactful right now. Now we're gonna have some Europe numbers. We're gonna have CPI for Great Britain. I think it's Wednesday. Yes, that'll move the dollar for sure. CPI for Europe. Then we have building permits, crude oil inventories. Thursday, jobless claim, usual numbers. Existing home sales. That might impact the market, but I don't think it's gonna be something big. And then on Friday, nothing major. We don't have Jerome Powell. We don't have any inflation numbers that are very impactful this week. But what we do have is the earnings. So here's the earnings calendar for the day. Bank of America, Charles Schwab, Bank of New York Mellon we had this morning. Then we have Netflix. Tomorrow before market open, we had Goldman Sachs, Johnson & Johnson. But after market close, we have Netflix, United Airlines. Then on Wednesday, we have some big companies too, IBM, Tesla, P&G, AT&T, Snap. Well, for the NQ, we need to pay attention today, tomorrow after the close, and on Wednesday after the close. We have Tesla and Netflix. I think Netflix have been very important in these latest 2 or 3 earnings seasons. All right. So let's jump right into the dollar, because the dollar is dropping, and it came out of some news in Europe that they're not gonna give the tax incentives that they were thinking. They're gonna reverse all those measures, economic measures that they were planning. So that is sort of like a good news for them, right? So the pound is going up a little bit, and the dollar is giving up a little bit. Okay. But if you see here, we're in a very bullish environment in the dollar. So until we don't break at least this 1233, I'm not thinking in bearishness in the dollar. I'm thinking like the dollar is still bullish regardless of this movement. Okay, I want to see the dollar break into the downside for me to to confirm that it's actually going to reverse. Okay, so this is the 5 minute. We did have a push to the downside here, but until we don't break this pivot, right? Well, you know what? A play today could be this, right? I want to see hold this pivot and come back here and some sort of sideways, right? And here I will make the decision. Remember, I don't see the dollar very bearish, although today is very bearish. I don't see the dollar very bearish in the big picture, okay? So even if we break here, we do have a demand right here. So very short-term oriented in the dollar will be this or a continuation to the upside. Definitely here, I will play a long on the equity markets regardless, okay? So my supply for the day, it'll be, all right, this is the New York FX Open and the London FX Open is right here. There you go. All right, so let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this line. So London FX Open is this huge candle. Okay, so it'll be something more like this, starting there. Okay, if we have some sort of retracement. So it'll be more like this. There you go. That's my bullish case in the equity markets. Okay. My bearish case in the equity markets, it'll be a consolidation here, a break to the upside, and a comeback here. Okay. So this is the line in the sand that I'm putting here today in the dollar. Is 1287, 112.87. Okay. That's what I want to pay attention today. Especially because when I analyzed this chart before I started the live stream, the dollar was up here. So I was all right. So if this thing breaks to the downside, probably a comeback. But now I'm seeing that it actually broke to the downside. Now this level is 6:20 in the morning, and I don't have something here to the left to tell me, all right, this is a very good area that is gonna cause some sort of reaction to the upside. I'm gonna monitor this pivot as well, but I don't think it's a good area just because of the location. All right, okay. So I'm gonna wait for this level to give me the long for the pullback continuation. If we're gonna have more upside today in the equity markets, okay. We're hitting some supplies and we're close to supplies that we need to pay attention to. All right, so that's the dollar. The bearish case, like I said, it'll be here, a continuation to the upside. The bullish case is here and a turnaround to the downside. Now, if the dollar does not comes to this level, then I will watch this level again, 112.37. Okay, 112.37. That might be a short in the equity markets. So that'll be something like this and a comeback. Okay. If we break to the downside, a retest here for a tradable reaction on the equity markets for the long side. Okay, tradable reactions that will give me less risk and reward ratio, but it'll be a more probable trade. Okay. All right, let's go see the yields also dropping quite a bit today, but still I'm watching this chart in a very bullish environment, so I'm thinking, all right, they are dropping for now, but I think this is a pretty bullish retracement. Okay. every time we hit 4%, we have a pullback, and I think it's normal until we digest that 4% and we continue to the next level. Okay, until we break this area, I'm thinking bullish on the yields. Okay, if we break to the downside, let's say to this level, then this is going to be, and this could take days. Okay, this is the daily chart. If I go to the hourly chart, let's go down to 1 hour. Every time we come here to this level, we bounce back up. And remember, this was a demand, then it turned into supply. Now is back into a demand area. Okay, so this is a very important level that we're watching here. Is 386 to 380. I'm gonna rely on this level for every trade. Okay, every time it comes here, I'm gonna think, all right, it'll turn back up, or if it comes back and goes through this, it'll come back here to retest this level until the next level comes into play. Okay. All right, so that's bond yields. Let's go over the VIX. Very interesting chart. I think the VIX finally is starting to give up, and we could have some downside here. Actually, if you see, it created a trend line, and it's like a normal behavior. It stays here for like 2 weeks, and then it drops a little bit more here, then it came back. Now we're back into this area above 30. I don't think the VIX give me a lot of information where it is right now. Other than I would say the market might bounce from here. Okay, it usually bounces from here. Okay, or at least a short-term bounce until we hit some sort of a demand here in the VIX. Right, very high levels. Volatility is still very high, above 30 is very volatile for the market. So I will be giving some more breathing room to my trades. The buffer that I usually give is 1 to 2 points. Probably I will give 4 to 5 points. Okay, because price action is going to be more volatile. All right, CL. Let's go to CL. We did have this high probability demand on Friday. Sorry, this was Thursday. And then we bounced from here pretty sharply. But then on Friday, we gave up all the gains. Now we went back through this demand. We almost crossed over the demand, but we managed to recover here in the so we came here on Friday, we closed on Friday. Now on the London session, we opened up here in the London session, and then we came all the way down to 84.64. We still holding this level, right? We need to break to the upside here. We need to break 87, and then a test back on the 87 for a continuation to the upside. Now this demand for me is not valid anymore. If prices come back down, I would assume that the price is gonna go through to the 83 level. Why is that? It's because I already used up 1, 2. This is the third time revisiting this zone. So that means that probably orders are totally gone here in this level. Okay. Crude oil is struggling to go up. All right, other commodities. Let's go other commodities on the daily chart, and let's get rid of these. Gold and all metals going up. That's coherent with what the dollar is doing today. Okay. Gold is 134%. If we have a break to the upside, we can even go to like 1735 levels. That's 6 point, like 17 to 1735. So one chart that I never check on these live streams is the 10-2 spread. This is an indicator for recessions, and we're having a very, very, very long and extreme inversion. Like this is like all-time lows for this spread. So I think the market is assuming that we will have a pretty strong recession, like based on this chart, and it's gonna last. It's not gonna be like a few months. All right, let's keep going. Regarding the ES, so the ES, we did have the demand. We closed in that demand on Friday. We closed here. Now we opened up yesterday at 6 in the afternoon, and immediately we start to go back up from the demand. Now, if I would not have this pivot right here, I would be thinking in a breakout to the upside. Like I do have the dollar dropping, I do have the yields dropping, and I do have the VIX telling me that it's exhausted to the upside. So I would think in a breakout, but I do have this pivot here, and this pivot is very important because we couldn't retrace even to this pivot on Friday. So Friday, after coming to this demand, so close to this demand, I would have thought that we could have rejected to the upside, but this pivot created some sort of selling pressure. Okay, so I will be cautious here for those who are looking this for a continuation to the upside. I am a bit biased to the long side, but not so much, just because of this area here. Okay, so, and remember, the dollar is dropping. If the dollar comes back to a short-term supply created earlier today, then I'll be more inclined to continue to long these markets, but I want to see some follow through. Okay, we haven't even broken this right here, this drop-based drop from Friday. Now this drop-based drop for me is not the best formation to lean on to the short side. Why is that? First, we do have an extreme leg in, right? And second, the location. We don't have a leg out. We don't have a follow through. Like for instance, this one, right? Leg in, base, and a strong leg out, meaning that the area is valid, right? It actually moved the price, but this one didn't. Okay, so we were like selling off very aggressively here, and then we couldn't manage to continue to the downside. So I'll be this is not the supply that I want to short, but I want to be careful because it could cause some temporary drops. Okay, so no breakout for me today here. All right, so that is the ES. And if you think about this, you have the supply 3710 already tested, right? So we came here on Friday, and then we rejected immediately from there. These two pivots were pushing a lot of pressure to the downside. Now it's a weird chart. We are in this. We came here and became oversold, and then immediately rejected to the upside. Sellers are very active in this area, so I think we're trapped. We're trapped between these two areas until we finally fill all the orders. We're not gonna move through them. Okay. All right, let's similar chart for the NQ. Now the difference is that the NQ is coming from a high quality demand that I have there. Now this area, I want to get rid of this area. Okay, I want to get rid of this area and try to find something on Friday that could tell me, all right, we might be having some drop today, and I don't have anything. If you see here, the drop base drop already beyond this drop base drop, we're just testing this pivot. Let's go to the lower time frame. This is a 30-minute, nothing in the 30-minute. Let's go to the 5 minutes. On the 5 minutes, I might have this, but I want to rely better on the I want to rely better on the 500 volume bar for it. Okay. So I have 1129 3/4, 11,029 3/4 to this is a huge area, 70 points. So I will on the live stream, I will go here and dissect this area to see if I have some like high quality supplies where I can rely on during the trading session. Okay. Even if these areas are not areas that will push prices into a new low, we can have probably a tradable reaction here. Like, all will depend on the environment. If the dollar is in supply right here, I wouldn't touch this supply. Okay. If the dollar is in supply here, I wouldn't short. I need the dollar to continue to drop and show me that it's going to come to any demand, high quality demand in the dollar, so I could short from here. Okay. So it's 9:13. I'm going to get ready for the live trading session, and I will come back in 10 minutes. All right. If you have any questions, we can continue talking during the live stream. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. See you in a bit. Bye.